when suddenly they saw a miracle, or so they thought.
The man in saffron robes seemingly appeared from nowhere. The stranger had scores of people flabbergasted.
Doctor said record everything.
I don't care what he said. I'm so over this house and I'm over the filming and everything.
Paige! 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 Oh shit. Paige.
Where is he?
There he is! What was that? What happened? Oh my god.
When I'm performing an ice immersion, actually, I do not think very much. It's all before. Before coming to Hong Kong, do this challenge. It's like preparing yourself inside for what is to come. In the brains, you have the thermostat, like a thermostat. It's called the hypothalamus. And I will have need control inside my head, and then to toward the body.
Inside this house lives a man with an extraordinary story to tell. 48-year-old Paul Mason hasn't left his home in over 2 years. He's confined to his bed by his shocking obesity. Time is running out for Paul, unless obesity surgeon Dr. Shaw Summers can save him.
Paul's body mass index is off the scale. If we leave him as he is, he will basically linger until such time that one of his organ systems gives up and he will die.
2, 1.
Always saying, little girl, don't step into the club. I'm just trying to find out, 'cause dance is what I love, yeah. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it. Baby, thinking of you keeps me all night.
Meet Daniel Kish. He's blind, but that doesn't stop him from riding his bike. As you watch him, remember, he can't see a thing.
I have been totally blind from the age of 13 months due to a retinal cancer. I have no visual memories.
So Daniel taught himself how to see with his ears, bouncing sound off objects like cars, trees, and poles.
We have something that isn't a tree, it's something else. There are no branches on it.
It's called flash sonar.
You're using sound to see with instead of light.
Finding my way around without anybody help, so I could go, well, I could go anywhere with it.
He's totally blind. Before echolocation, Ruben will not ever let go of my arm. He's not confident enough to let go of my arm. However, since using echolocation, I think the first couple of days of Daniel working with him, he was still reluctant to let go of my arm. But by the time we got round the airport and the train station, Ruben was off on his own. He'd let go of my arm, which was like, it was really good to see. And Ruben was really, really confident in using it.
This is a tray.
Right here. Let's go, Ed. Way to go, Ed. Go, Ed, go.
Way to go, Ed! Woo!
I got a $100 check from my grandma, and my dad said I need to put it in the bank so it can grow over the years.
Well, that's fantastic. A really smart decision, young man. We can put that check in a money market mutual fund. Then we'll reinvest the earnings into foreign currency accounts with compounding interest, and it's gone.
What's all gone?
The money in your account. It didn't do too well. It's gone.
And will underpin the firm.
And dictatorship! And ECB dictatorship! And ECB dictatorship! And ECB dictatorship!
And it's gone.
What's all gone?
The money. It didn't do too well. It's gone.
Well, thank you, Mr. Schultz. Isn't it funny? You know, when I came here 17 years ago, and I said that I wanted to lead a campaign to get Britain to leave the European Union, you all laughed at me. Well, I have to say, you're not laughing now, are you? And the reason you're so upset, the reason you're so angry, has been perfectly clear from all the angry exchanges this morning. You, as a political project, are in denial. You're in denial that your currency is failing. You're in denial. Well, just look at the Mediterranean. No. As a policy to impose poverty on Greece and the rest of the Mediterranean, you've done very well. And you're in denial over Mrs. Merkel's call last year for as many people as possible to cross the Mediterranean into the European Union has led to massive divisions between countries and within countries. But the biggest problem you've got, and the main reason the United Kingdom voted the way that it did, is you have, by stealth, by deception, without ever telling the truth to the British or the rest of the peoples of Europe. And when the people in 2005 in the Netherlands and France voted against that political union, when they rejected the Constitution, you simply ignored them and brought the Lisbon Treaty in through the back door. What the ordinary people did what the people who've been oppressed over the last few years and seen their living standards go down, they rejected the multinationals, they rejected the merchant banks, they rejected big politics. The United Kingdom will not be the last member state to leave the European Union.